They said he couldn't do it. They said the courts would stop him cold. They said that China would never bend. But something just happened in Washington that has the establishment running for cover and Wall Street scrambling to rewrite their playbooks. The numbers are in, and they're not just good, they're historic. And what you're about to see is going to change everything you thought you knew about who really controls America's economic destiny. The deep state just got caught with their pants down, and the man that they tried to destroy is holding all the cards. So keep on watching. Now, here's the hard truth. Every 6 years, your dollar loses half its buying power. That means $100,000 savings today could feel like $50,000 by 2031. You see it when you fill up, buy groceries, or pay bills. Prices up, dollars down. But there's a simple way to protect your savings with something real, something proven. That's gold, an asset that holds value over time. And that's why I trust Noble Gold Investments. They make it simple. No high-pressure sales, no call centers in India, just honest guidance, one-on-one support, transparent pricing. So head to nextnewsgold.com today. The link is down below. Or call 877-646-5347 and tell them Gary Franchi sent you. Ask for Colin. Now, the China trade bombshell just dropped, and President Trump isn't playing games anymore. After giving Beijing a chance to play fair, they stabbed America in the back again. But this time, Trump's ready with all he calls Plan A. And he's about to reshape global trade forever. The Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, just revealed the truth the mainstream media won't tell you. When the activist judges tried to block Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, they thought they'd won. But watch what happened when Fox tried to corner him on the administration's next move. Take a look.
The president's spoken about the national emergency that's led us to these giant trade deficits, right? I mean, he spoke about it on the campaign trail, and he wanted to use the sweeping powers of IEEPA. Now, he has many, many other laws and authorities that he can use, and he'll take them out if he needs to. But right now, he likes the sweeping authority because it lets him deal with everybody who treats us unfairly, who doesn't treat us reciprocally. He can use IEEPA to do the whole world and sort of set America up correctly and protect America from the national emergency. But as you know, we're going to go through the courts, and you should always bet on Donald Trump, because what we've all seen is he does not lose.
No, he doesn't lose. That's right. Bet on Donald Trump. And he's got multiple authorities ready to deploy. Now, the establishment's meltdown reached new heights when Fox's rapid response team caught up with CNBC's Rick Santelli in a moment of pure honesty. The trade deficit numbers just came in, and even Trump's biggest critics can't hide their shock at what's happening to our economy. Watch.
The last number is, of course, a very important number to this administration. This is the trade balance, which is a deficit, expecting minus $143 billion. Wow, it comes in much, much smaller, minus $87 billion. And now this follows a 163 that gets converted to $162 billion with a minus sign, the worst since record-keeping 1989. Then we cut it in half to 87.6. 87.6 would be the lightest, and I have to really go back. 87.6 would be the lightest since... wow, September of 23, SEP of 23. And this really does underscore how the movement of goods and services has really changed due to a variety of tariff-related issues.
So cut it in half from $163 billion to $87 billion in a single month. That's the biggest narrowing of the trade deficit since records began in 1989. But here's where it gets really interesting. Stephen Miller went on enemy territory, CNN, and absolutely destroyed their narrative about Harvard's Chinese visa scandal. Watch him expose how our immigration system has been weaponized against American interests. Take a look.
China has been engaging in the theft of American trade secrets, industrial espionage, and the wholesale destruction of our intellectual property, our trademarks, our copyrights for years, Laura. They steal our nation's secrets, they steal our nation's industry, and of course they engage in predatory economic practices designed to cripple our industries and bring American manufacturing to a halt. This has been going on for decades, in earnest, of course, since China entered the World Trade Organization. So President Trump has taken firm and decisive action to say that we are not going to allow our immigration system to be used as an instrument of exploiting America's wealth, America's secrets, or America's industrial might.
No, my bad. That was actually Fox, not CNN, so someone's going to get fired after the show. Industrial espionage, trade secret theft, and the wholesale destruction of American intellectual property, all while Harvard defies DHS subpoenas. Now, the real story emerged when Trump himself revealed the betrayal in classic Trump fashion. After showing mercy to China when their economy was collapsing from his initial tariffs, they repaid his kindness with deception. President Trump took to Truth Social with a message that sent shockwaves through Beijing. Here's the message that was sent. And you can see it on the screen right here. The message to Beijing. The leaders. No, this must be something else. My bad. Well, is there a clip now? Okay, go to the clip.
And what about China, specifically China, and that obviously started in a different place? How can you characterize those talks now?
I would say that they are a bit stalled. I believe that we will be having more talks with them in the next few weeks, and I believe we may at some point have a call between the president and party chair Xi.
So stalled. There was a time when the president thought that it was moving forward pretty significantly.
Again, I think that given the magnitude of the talks, given the complexity, that this is going to require both leaders to weigh in with each other. They have a very good relationship, and I am confident that the Chinese will come to the table when President Trump makes his preferences known.
So much for being Mr. Nice Guy. When Trump says the gloves are off, smart money pays attention. And Peter Navarro delivered the knockout punch to fake news reporters trying to spin this as Trump backing down. His response to their taco narrative, Trump always chickens out, was pure fire. Now watch him school his biased reporter on what real negotiation looks like. Watch.
And just given this appeals court temporarily reinstating the tariffs, what does that mean for you and your position? And does it buy the administration more time, in your view?
Me and my, you're not talking about me personally. You're talking about the administration.
The administration, of course.
Yeah. So, look, the tariffs remain in place. The court told us, they didn't all but tell us, they told us, go do it another way. So you can assume that even if we lose, we will do it another way. And I can assure the American people that the Trump tariff agenda is alive, well, healthy, and will be implemented to protect you, to save your jobs and your factories, and to stop shipping foreign wealth, our wealth, into foreign hands.
So you are working on a plan B?
Of course. There's no plan B. It's plan A. Okay? Plan A encompasses all strategic options, and when we move forward, we had a full view of what the battlefield looks like. We are not naive about rogue justices in the judiciary and Democrats filing lawsuits. This has got to stop, by the way. This weaponization of the judiciary to stop President Trump from doing what he promised the American people. This has got to stop. It's the people of America have the lowest level of confidence in the American judiciary they've had in 100 years. And it's getting close to what they think about Congress. And that's a low bar to hit.
How much of that is because every time you get a court decision you don't like, you and your colleagues come out here and rail against rogue judges?
Who is this guy? Tell me who you are, sir.
I'm Andrew Feinberg. I work for The Independent.
Okay, so that is such a biased question. That is not a journalist question. That was like an op-ed, sir. So I don't even respond to that. Who else has got an...
So that's what happens when you come with the Trump trade team with DNC talking points instead of real journalism. Yes, that was Caitlin Collins from CNN. You heard her voice. Now, the numbers tell the real story. Personal income's up 0.8% in April, almost triple expectations. That's the strongest month-over-month jump since May of 21. 4 consecutive months of stellar income growth while the establishment claimed Trump's policies would destroy the economy. Watch.
Personal income is up 0.8 up 0.8%. That is almost triple the expectations, and it underscores we could talk about a lot of issues, but when you look at income for the first 4 months of the year, they're powerful numbers, Joe. Up 0.6 in January, up 0.7 in February, up 0.5% last month, up 0.8 this month. This is a great 4-month start to any year. Now, with the income shooting up, and by the way, 0.8 is the strongest income month-over-month jump since May of 21, when it was 1.9.
This is what winning looks like. American families getting real raises, not inflation-adjusted crumbs. Texas Representative Brandon Gill, he laid out the constitutional reality with Caitlin Collins on CNN. Congress could codify these tariffs tomorrow, but they won't. Why? Because the swamp profits from America's decline. They want to keep you suffering, so you keep going back to them for answers. But Trump is not waiting for their permission. Watch.
Responsibility. Is it regulating trade in the Constitution that it is Congress's responsibility, not the president's?
Congress has oversight over this. This is part of the president's authority. This was a national emergency that the president has talked about at length, that he talked about on the campaign trail, that he's talked about since then. He has the powers to implement these tariffs under his national emergency authority, and that's exactly what he did.
But Congress could also just implement them, right?
Certainly Congress could, and perhaps there's a role for it. But in this case, President Trump implemented this. These were lawful tariffs. We have been working on the one big beautiful bill. We've got things that we have been focused on. He's been focused here. We'll see what the Supreme Court says here. I think the Supreme Court is going to side with the president.
But you'll wait for the Supreme Court to step in before you could take something that really, theoretically, you could do tomorrow as a member of Congress.
Good point.
Well, we are working on getting this one big beautiful bill signed into law. We're going to do it by July 4th. That's the deadline that the president would like to see. That's the deadline we have set in Congress. So we have got our work cut out for us as well. One other thing that we're going to be working on now that we got this out of the House is codifying the DOGE cuts and making those permanent, taking all of the work that Elon Musk and the president's team has done in identifying waste, fraud, and abuse. Billions of dollars. Waste, fraud, and abuse that we on the DOGE subcommittee have highlighted time and time again that the American people are ready to see permanently gotten rid of. That's what we're focused on right now.
Let's go, baby. The one big beautiful bill is coming by July 4th, Independence Day, with or without establishment support. Now, the media wants you to believe that Trump's trade war is failing. The reality? We're witnessing the greatest economic turnaround in American history. China has violated their agreement, thinking that Trump would go soft. They just made the biggest miscalculation of the century. Energy Secretary Wright connected all the dots. Lower energy prices, re-industrialized America, jobs returning home, and peace through strength. This is the Trump doctrine in action. Watch.
President Trump got elected to lower energy prices, reindustrialize America, bring jobs and opportunity back to our country, and peace abroad. And he is pursuing that agenda aggressively. And energy plays a big part in that. You know, last 4 years, we saw over a 25% rise in electricity prices, but no increase in the production of electricity. Now we have the AI race in full steam that we cannot lose. We must stay ahead of China. And what does it take to win in AI? A lot more American energy. So we're going to grow American energy production of all forms across the country, keep electricity prices in check, stay ahead, and win the AI race.
Let's go, baby. The last 4 years saw electricity prices rise 25% with zero increase in production. Trump is changing that equation. But perhaps the most damning revelation came from an unexpected source. Yes, CNN actually reported the truth about the Biden crime family's foreign money trail. Watch as they admit Trump was right all along about Hunter's Chinese fortune. Too little, too late. Watch.
Trump was right. I mean, he did make a fortune from China, and Joe Biden was wrong. 4 million in income in 2017 and 2.2 million in income in 2018, most of which came from Chinese or Ukrainian interests. But this directly goes against what Joe Biden said in the debate in 2020 with Donald Trump. Take a listen.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China.
Once you
None of
became
that
vice
is
president,
true.
he made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
So it's from two different debates, but I mean, Trump was right. I mean, he did make a fortune from China, and Joe Biden was wrong.
Billions to Ukraine while the Bidens got rich. The corruption was deeper than anyone imagined. The bottom line, Trump is not just winning the trade war, he's revolutionizing how America does business with the world. No more one-sided deals, no more wealth transfers to nations that hate us, no more American workers getting sold out for globalist profits. So if you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's time for my final thought. Now this changes everything, Patriots. Trump just proved that one man with backbone can take on the entire globalist system and win. While establishment Republicans cower and Democrats scream, he's delivering exactly what he promised. Fair trade, American jobs, and respect on the world stage. The numbers don't lie. Deficit cut in half, income soaring, China's panicking. This is what America first looked like in action. But here is what should terrify the swamp. Trump is just getting started. He's got multiple authorities to impose tariffs, the Supreme Court on deck, and 80 million Americans who've had enough of watching our wealth get shipped overseas. So here's the question. Will GOP congressmen finally grow a spine and codify these wins, or will they keep serving their corporate masters while America bleeds? That's my question for you. Yes or no in the comments. Another one, too. Should any Republican who refuses to vote for Trump's tariff agenda be primaried in 2026? Now you've got some options. So don't forget to check out our merch shop, link below. Show the world that you stand with America first.